Hey everybody, good afternoon, um, good evening. Um, I'm here in front of you today to speak about a topic that I know all too well, and thank God I don't I don't have to subscribe or exercise this unfortunate um, thing or this unfortunate uh, mask that I used to have to wear or well, I'll just give you the topic. Um, I wanted to speak about living a double life, right? Being Jekyll at one moment and then being Hyde as another moment. Um, that's something that I used to have to balance, right? I was a father, husband. I am father, husband, protective provider, but I was also, and many people know this, so I'm going to bring these things up as far as my struggle with my addiction, um, because my addiction was multifaceted, right? My addiction was there were so many things that went into me being an addict, and there's so many there's so many ways that I can go with being an addict, and there's so many talking points, so many things to learn, right? And one of them was living a double life and how straining physically, mentally, and spiritually that can be on a person, right? Like I said, from day to day, I was a father, husband, protective provider. I filled all the roles, but on top of that, I was a full-time drug addict, which, if you think about all that takes, it takes some extraordinary willpower to be able to do that for the amount of time that I did. And how much conniving, deceit, lying, deception that takes to be able to do all those things and cover all those bases. Sometimes I think about it, I sit back and I just said, how did I do it? I made this comment before on a video I made yesterday, I believe, that nobody works harder than a drug addict. And that's true. Because where there's a will, there's a way. You're going to find out a way to get high, right? There was so many times where I had to sacrifice being a husband, dad, son to be a drug addict. There were so many times that I had to betray my main objective of being a husband to fulfill my objective of being a drug addict. And I did it for as long as I could. I did it longer than I should have. And just the sheer effort that it takes and the toll that it takes on you, the average person would break under these circumstances. But when you're pushed to the limit and then some, you dig, and you dig until you can't dig anymore, and then you dig some more to be able to reach and cover the basis of being what you're supposed to be. Sooner or later, you're going to have to choose. Sooner or later, you're going to have to make a conscious decision to whether you're going to be a father or husband, provider, or you're going to be a full-time drug addict, because you can only balance for so long. You can only fool people for so long. And the rug was being pulled up under my feet, and I would try my best to balance it. I would try my best through excuses, telling my wife it's going to be okay, I'm going to eventually overcome this, cashing case after case, just lying to myself and lying to those around me. You are going to have to pick a side. Somebody's going to have to suffer. And ultimately, it's going to be somebody you love, or the people that you love. Ultimately, you don't want to drag them into it, but because you have so many shoes to fill, you're going to have to disappoint somebody greatly. And it was coming to a point where I was valuing being a drug addict and being comfortable in it more than any other hat that I had to wear. Because in my mind, as long as I was comfortable, as long as I had what I needed to make sure I was never physically uncomfortable, then I could deal with everything else after that. And that was my goal every single day. And it got to a point where I felt like I was angry with people, because I felt like, let me do what I have to do to get what I have to get, and then I'll be what you want me to be. And that's extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. It's a type of psychological, it's a psychological function that it's a huge dysfunction, but it's a psychological function that you come to be comfortable with. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this dog in. Hey! Come on. Come on. Come on. Sorry about that. But yeah, you're definitely gonna have to make a decision. And when you're on this road that you're on, you have to know and understand that it looks like from the outside looking in, it's a road that you feel like you're taking this by yourself. You feel like nobody understands, and that nobody could possibly be able to level with you. But through the hats that you're supposed to be wearing, you have people that expect you to be that, and they rely on you to be that. And when that role is not fulfilled, then you're taking from them mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And you're not able to put anything back, or you're able to put so much back to be able to go to the next day and do it all over again. It's a horrible cycle. But, wearing multiple hats, having to be all these things, it becomes destructive. It becomes extremely destructive until you're coming to a point where you're going to have to crash and burn. And you get to a point where you're hoping that you'll crash and burn because you get so mentally tired because you know you can't stop on your own. So you're looking for, or you're headed towards that eventual wall that you're going to hit. And at one point you're looking forward to it because you know that there's nothing else that can stop this train. There's nothing else that's able to stop this train that you're on. I got this hat on because I was outside. There's nothing else that can stop this train. And you're hoping and praying that once you get to where you're going, you're going to be able to do something else. Because, I mean, let's be honest, as a drug addict, we didn't want this for us. You don't want this for yourself. And it's not a lifestyle you want to live. You know, there's people, people who are, doing illegal activities to obtain what they want to obtain. People with those type of lives, it's a low quality of life. It's a horrible quality of life, and that's what I had for a while. But I encourage anyone that is juggling a lifestyle that is not conducive and not mentally and spiritually healthy, to find a way to wear one mask a day, to have one personality that you can support, that you can draw from. Find help to be that one person that's always reliable, that's always consistent, that anybody can count on, everybody can count on. Because it is extremely dangerous to be so many things that are not constructive, that are not conducive to your happiness, your health, and those around you. Eventually, you're going to destroy yourself, and you're going to watch yourself destroy yourself over a period of time, and you're going to wither away, and you're going to die spiritually, and then sometimes you can die physically, definitely depending on what you're dealing with. But it's so much better and it's so much easier, and life makes more sense when you're one person and you have one personality, and you're able to take care of all the responsibility that you have in life, and no one around you has to worry about you not being around. Because that is no existence. When you're in that lifestyle, your existence is non-existent. Your existence is non-existent. You're basically in a hamster wheel that's turning until it's on the edge of a cliff and eventually falls off. You fall off. And then you get to watch the people around you slowly wither away as well, because they're depending upon you to be your best self, and they can't be their best selves because you're not your best self. So I just wanted to come and tell you guys and inform you guys on how important it is to not juggle an unhealthy lifestyle with a healthy lifestyle, right? You should always be a consistent person. You should be able to be relied upon every single day by those who you love, and that those who love you. They should be able to count on you at all times. You shouldn't have to wear, You shouldn't be Jekyll one day and Hyde the next day, because that lifestyle is so destructive and it's no way to live. So I hope everybody's had a blessed day. I'm going to conclude this video. I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I've seen somewhat of a consistent rise in my views. I would definitely love and appreciate it if people start liking more, commenting more, you share with somebody that could possibly be able to someone that possibly be able to take something from this that's constructive, and be able to help themselves. But with everything I said, take God with you. Take God with you. He's the ultimate authority, and He will be able to guide you. And take the Holy Spirit with you. Take God, the Holy Spirit with you. You know. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day. Be blessed, and I'll see you next time.